The only thing necessary for evil to succeed is for the good to do nothing. I made a video about this, and I asked hypothetical questions and said I wasn't even going to judge the person who said this, and that I'm going to basically, in so many words, I'm going to suspend judgment. You know, maybe they're having a bad day, or maybe they don't know what they're writing. And then I got accusations judging my innermost soul, chains of hypocrisy that all the chains of hypocrisy that I have, and telling me what passions I struggle with and I need to get straightened out, and then bringing up example after example of where they thought I had not conducted myself correctly, even though those are straw men, and they're not even. And the person sees no hypocrisy. I mean, the zealotry and the arrogance and the elitism. And this is what I said. I think this is elitism. What I was saying to the person, that no, we shouldn't just. They were kind of proud of being tolerant, of being friends with somebody who promotes bigotry and hatred against Christians. That's fine, as long as we can get along. You can shit all over here, my brothers in Christ. But as long as we can get along. And I was kind of incensed at this, and I said, I don't see any value in this. I see nothing of pride, and I took it out to, like, expand it. What about this? What if would you not say the Nazis and the Holocaust? And I, even where I think it might come off as me accusing them, I say, I don't think that you meant this, or maybe hope this is a bad day or something, or I don't know what's going on. Beginning, I said 3 or more times that it seems to me, or I view this as this. Not passing judgment on the person, just thinking this is what you said isn't good. It's toleration of hate, and hate that is rapidly, I mean, that's in support of genocide and ethnic cleansing. And I'm a hypocrite, and the passions of my soul, and this and that, even though the whole video was about we shouldn't kill each other. And you wouldn't believe the length of this thing, and marking down all these wrongs that were apparently remembered. I guess they wanted me to say, wow, that's really wise of you, this and that, and not be like, you can't say it. That's not, no, that's siding with evil. Or at least being totally complacent of it. And it was just this, the hypocrisy, you could cut it with a knife. You could frickin' cut the hypocrisy with a knife. I was like, this must be the most self-righteous fundamentalist I've ever met, because it's only them that's totally enlightened, not the hate-filled, evil me, who, even though they know I say Protestants should cling to their baptism and hold to the Eucharist, and that's what they should hold to, even with them. And that Protestants do, they even try to cite, you said slavery, slaves in the South, because they brought up this illusion of slaves in the South. I said, yeah, they can get heaven, and I mentioned Protestantism, but they singled it out because I mentioned slaves and then Protestantism. Well, I was talking about Protestant, not that the slaves were slaves. Slaves in the South, they're not going to be any other religion than Protestantism in the American South. Are they going to be Jewish? They might be Catholic. We kind of see the Catholic Church as Protestants. what are they going to be besides Western Christian? And the implication was forced to be this way, kind of, they have no choice in it. They're Protestants. They have no access to orthodoxy. But the hypocrisy, I could never judging them or saying anything harsh to them, and just a barrage, the most judgmental thing, the most trying to just dig in and hurt and say, look, you're such a, and me never doing that to them. They were incensed that I actually disagreed. That's all I did. And didn't even blame them for it. Said, I don't know. I think this is coming across wrong or whatever. I don't think you could believe what you're saying. Or you wrote it and you were having a bad day. But just because I asked them hypothetical questions that this seems to me as this. I said I wasn't impressed with one of the things they said, and hypothetical questions. What if you were? Type things. Say, I hope you're having a bad day when you wrote this. I don't, But then I get the most judgmental thing, judging like what the passions of my heart are, telling me what the passions of my heart are, and pointing out incidences, which many of them cannot said to be happened. It's a assumption of these things. And then even when I had reconciled, I mean, things that didn't concern them, these aren't things against them. And just accusation after accusation. The self-righteous arrogance of it and judgmental nature of it, and they can't even see. Didn't you even ask yourself, oh, why does he think the first message is really elitist and judgmental? And I compel them to rewatch my video and read what they wrote me. Now I released some pretty intimate information in the video that I made to this person. It's private. I almost feel like cutting private information out and airing that video alongside with me reading everything that was said, and see if who's the judgmental, ultra zealot hypocrite. Because I think this person might be embarrassed. But I'm not going to do that because I still think there's hope for them. Just shocking, the amount of hypocrisy.